ki khutsi go khutsa January neke chaile ne neke sa robale kana mani umpudi tore wena sanolase bafana baba mpusetsa morao motsompeke robile mo.
Ladies and gents, Brass Move 012012012. I'd like to welcome you. This is indeed Cap City Digital presents Brass Move here at Akaraj Record Bar and DJ School. Brass Move, thank you so much for joining us, man. Thank you so much for the fire set.
Let me catch my breath for a bit.
Do your thing, man. We're still out here, 012, out here. Akaraj Music, Record Bar, and DJ School. 012, this is a place where we're going to introduce you to the finest of talent in the city. Of course, we're starting off from 012, but everybody in South Africa is welcome. And going forward, you can expect more of fire sets like these, like this, right? We'll see what we do. This is Brass Move. Thank you so much for joining us, man. How you feel, man, after that set?
I feel good, man. Like, especially because the cameras were on me, so I felt like there was a bit of pressure. Be like, hey, man, don't mess it up. Just act like that's a mirror or something like that. But I think I did all right. I try to do some stunts here and there. It might, show itself, but it's okay. I don't think people will notice because the fire playlist, matters more than, trying to be a technical wizard on the decks.
Okay, dope. Now tell me, man, the genre you just played, I know it is Future Beats. Please tell us more about Future Beats, man. What is Future Beats? What's going on there, man? How do you even come across Future Beats?
Man, it's simple. I found Future Beats from SoundCloud. There were different types of music podcasts that were there. SoundCloud podcast, Blanket, Blunts and Radio, Selection, and quite a few on, what's the other one called? But it doesn't exist anymore. Art Lifers Radio. So they kind of, influenced me to actually go with a different way with, playlisting, because I didn't DJ at first. I was playlisting at first. You get what I'm saying? And what I saw Future Beats was doing was like, it was solving a big problem that people seem to have with hip-hop DJs, playing the same songs the same way without having no flavor being attached to it. You get what I'm saying? So the idea with Future Beats is that you take vocals of a well-known song and they get remixed by a producer who adds their own flavor onto it.
Shout out to you, man. Now, I was introduced to you via The Culture, right? The Culture Sundays at 442 here in the heart of CBD, of course, 012. I was introduced to you by one track. It was Future Beats, D Don't Care. I think it's FI. And through that, there was like a whole ocean of other Future Beats, amazing tracks, Who is Brass Move? Where you from?
Brass Move is a homie who was born and raised in the capital city, I always tell people this and they get shocked. I was born in Sunnyside.
Shout out to you, man.
And people get shocked, be like, wait, there's a hospital in Sunnyside?
Sunnyside was the place, okay? Sunnyside was the place. People don't know. Sunnyside was the place, bro. Like, people who went to Sunnyside Primary, Sunnyside, in high school. Like, Sunnyside was the place before it is what it is right now. Yeah. So, shout out to you, man. Shout out to Sunnyside 012. This is Brass Move. Brass Move, where do people get, to listen to you, follow you?
Okay, so my mixes are available on hearthis.at. My spelling is messed up. HEARTHIS.AT. And then just search for Brass Move, which is BRASMOOVE. That's where you'll get my mixes. And then in terms of social media, I'm on Twitter and on Instagram.
X now, right?
Oh, sorry, X. Sorry, Elon Musk. My bad. On X.
He's a Praetorian, by the way.
Hey, by the way.
X. Okay, on X.
Yeah, so on X, it's Brass Move. On Instagram, it's Brass Move. And yeah, that's the long and short of what I do, man. Oh, one more thing. I gotta plug my organization.
Please. The Culture? Oh, which organization? Yeah. The Culture. Tell us more. I was gonna get to that. Tell us more about the culture, man. I met you through the culture every Sunday, 442 Club 012 Helen Joseph. Please tell us more about the culture. What is the culture? Why did you guys start the culture?
Okay, so the culture actually started off as a podcast between me and my now business partner Uno. You know, we had all these different inspired conversations, but you know, we would always get mad that we always forget about them because of the haze. You know what I mean? So he had the equipment because he already was, you know, on his way to, you know, like doing a music career. So we didn't have a place to record, so we started recording it in my car.
Dope.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So my car was the studio.
Dope.
So started. I even remember when we started the first episode of the podcast that we, you know, played some tunes in the background, had one or two items lit up, and we're talking about Black Panther because it was around that time where there's a big hype about Black Panther, you know, and we just gave our opinion on that. There was a World Cup happening in Russia at that time. We gave 2 cents on, and then from there it came a point where things that happened in our personal lives also became, you know, put up on the microphone, you know, and we would, you know, find our creative way on, you know, analyzing what really is going on. So that's how the culture started as a podcast. Then it happened because me and Uno, we had different friends in the arts industry. You know, people that were rappers, people that were battle rappers, people that were visual artists, people that were poets, people that were singers. I don't know where the idea came from, but then we said, okay, let's do a talent show. You know, get some of our people that we know to be headliners and get people to showcase their talents, whatever it may be. And we organized the prize for that. That went well. So we thought that, okay, if we do events, you know, we'll probably be on that, you know, type of direction. It didn't end up that way. We ended up being...
We're still going. A year on plus? A year 8 months now?
Hey, like we've been doing more than just, you know, like talent shows, because after the talent shows, like we had like different, you know, events in the cannabis industry that we were also, you know, organizing. But I think for me, like where people started to actually catch the name, the culture, even before what you're going to bring up, like we had a culture market, like a monthly market that happened in Hatfield.
Why culture with a K?
Culture with a K, so that, you know, we pop out to be more unique, you know, whenever you're searching for it. But now the funny thing is that if we're in India, we'd be in trouble because culture is a type of bread over there.
Wow.
So now people are thinking if you're in India trying to search for the culture, you end up getting recipes for making bread, culture bread.
Nah, shut out.
That was funny.
Nah, shut out.
But yeah, so yeah, we did the market where we pretty much, you know, had a thrift market, we had bars, we had also, you know, musical performances, and people seemed to like that. So much so that even the management of 442 liked what they saw. And then we got to chop it up with them. You know, they were like, hey, man, I see what you guys are doing. Can you bring it to 442? I think not even 2 weeks later, like the first Sunday in June, we hosted Culture Sundays.
Dope.
And we've been going on for about, close to 18 months now.
Dope.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the dopest alternative events that are happening in the capital city right now, because there's so much things for you to do besides just, you know, drinking and smoking. You know, if you're a creative person, you like to draw and paint, you can do that. If you feel like you have a musical talent, there's an open mic. There are also, you know, spaces for headliners if the crowd loves you enough. And all of that happens on a Sunday, every Sunday at 442 Culture Sundays. That's the concept.
Where do people follow Culture Sundays?
The Culture Sundays is available across Spotify for the podcast. Just type in THEKULCHA and it'll be right there. And then it's also available on SoundCloud, some of our playlists, and 1 or 2 of my mixes will be there as well as The Culture. We are on X as The Culture ZA. That's TheKulchaza. We're also on Facebook as well as Instagram and TikTok.
Music.
I've been making music for like 5 years, so I got stuff that I haven't released ever. I only told people about it like a year and a half ago.
Now,
I wasn't even on Instagram, guys. I had to learn how to use all of that.
When did you get on Instagram?
A year and a half ago, I promise you, just for the music. Like I didn't know. I was on social media. All right, cool. So this song, I took my sister to the studio, and she got tired of me making like really aggressive man hater music. And she's like, "Yo, make some like, why you always like this?" And I'm like, "You don't understand me." Another person I really like is I like Wizkid. Wizkid's really good. Wizkid's really good.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head now, I gotta go into my iTunes to see the last person I listened to.
I like your thoughts, because I saw you when you said Wizkid, you kind of dazed off.
Yeah, I was listening to him before this, so it kind of just popped in my mind.
Okay, 012, it's that time again. We welcome you to Cap City Digital with myself, of course, Tommy M, and your boy.
That's from the AK Gods and the K Mr. Too Fresh.
Today we've got the most talented, the most beautiful. We've got Queen all the way out in the UK. And yeah, we're going to take South Africa to the world and bring the world to South Africa. And it's that time. Queen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's 6 p.m. on our side. What time is it out that side for you?
Well, it's about 5:12, like after 5, almost 6.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. How's your day been today?
It's been pretty good. I try to chill out today. I've been working the past couple of weeks so fast, like filming stuff and doing music and work in real life. So it's like a lot. Today I try to chill out, but I still did some music. What about you guys?
You got a 9 to 5?
Yeah, I got 9 to 5. I do tech support over the phone, BT. And then at nighttime, I'm Batman or I'm out doing a show. So
Awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So let's get into it. So who is Queen? Where are you in the world? And how do you find yourself in music? I know you make, amazing hip hop music, the new genre, hip hop music, So who's Queen and where are you from?
Okay, so my actual name is Quintina Sima. And yeah, it's Quintina Sima, and it's like ancient Greek. My dad was really into philosophy and music, and I'm originally from Nigeria.
Beautiful.
And yeah, but now I live in the UK. Been making music for a couple years. Never told nobody about it. Like I've always done it my whole life, but like it was just me going to the studio from vibes, and then someone died, and I was like, oh shit, what if I die? And then no one knows this. Well, my sister's always been telling me for years, so I was like, fuck it. I started going to open mics, and here we are.
Carpe diem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Now, in terms of you making music, what genre of music were you recording at that time? Did you, originally, start making hip hop music, or did you start off in a different genre? What was your kind of influence?
Okay. I got a cool story for you guys. So when I was younger, I don't really like talking about it because like I'm trying to heal my inner child.
Please,
So I was on the internet, but I was such a nerd. I didn't listen. I got on Apple Music like 10 years ago. Like I actually had an account and everything because I used to make my own music when I was a kid off of YouTube. So I was really into just like computers and stuff. So I never really listened to it. I would make my own recordings off of my phone
Mhm.
on YouTube and make my own songs and like force everyone to listen to them and come over.
Wow.
So yeah, so now I'm now experiencing other artists and other music, and I like Beyonce, Michael Jackson, James Brown, and I love like everybody. Like everything's like a sponge to me. I'm just like, oh, this is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that there was a point where you felt like, what, let me just make music. Um,
Yeah.
just let me know your mindset behind, okay, let me start making music. What's the first things that you do?
Well, I think like it was always been a part of me. It just kind of, I would say it saved my life. It's just when I struggled really bad with, depression stuff with life. And the only thing that ever seemed to not be like weird was music. So I would just make theme songs about my life
Yeah.
to kind of cope with my life because I couldn't, feel it in other ways. And it just kind of thing. I always want to make music. There's no time I probably don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a kind of addiction,
Yeah.
but it's because I didn't do it for like money or anything. I do it because that's I feel like my vessel is for.
Yeah.
And how long are you now in the UK?
This is gonna be like my 6th year.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the past 5 years, what's your, span like? What were you up to in the past 5 years? Were you then like releasing music then
Okay.
already?
Okay.
Because the
Well, a
whole
lot has happened. Well, in the past 5 years, a lot has happened. I'm making a documentary about it currently, which is what I've been filming, and a musical about the stuff that's happened because it's like it wouldn't even make sense or sound real to a lot of people because a lot of it was God and not me.
Yeah.
okay, that's fair.
And it's like, that's the only way I can explain it is through song.
Mhm.
So, like, I had like a family situation. My family went through a really hard path, and I took on a lot of responsibility, and it led to a lot of things happening in my life, and I couldn't talk about it to anybody because everybody got their own stuff. So I went to jams, like random places, random people, music, and I made songs about it and like jokes and stuff. And people just started to fuck with the vibe, and they're like, "Yo!" And people started to recognize me in other places and call me back to sing to places. And like everyone knows who I am, but they don't know me, but they know shit that's happened because I told them in a song.
Yeah.
And it's kind of built a community of people. And yeah, so I that's just what I've been doing and trying to turn it into something.
So so does the documentary then cover mostly, your life then in the UK in the
Well,
past?
the documentary, yeah, okay, yeah. The documentary covers my life in the past 5 years. I traveled quite around the world. I was spiraling and I traveled around the world following the music. I would just go to different places and just like go in like the villages to kind of live like the locals
Mhm.
where it was really cheap, just escape. And I'll take my recording equipment there and just look for places to perform and just do stuff like that. And it taught me a lot. I wouldn't stay too long, but they
Yeah.
would always ask to come back. But yeah. And I made a map out of it and trying to add that to the whole documentary.
So when is this documentary coming out?
Well, guys, I got a sitting with the videographer tomorrow. I'm aiming for probably the end of the year.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
decent.
not
But
bad. Not
there's a
bad.
lot of music in between. I've been making music for like 5 years, so I got stuff that I haven't released ever. I only told people about it like a year and a half ago.
Now,
I wasn't even on Instagram, guys. I had to learn how to use all of that
When did you get on Instagram?
a year and a half ago. I promise you, for the music. Like I didn't know. I was on social media.
So then what was your life like in Nigeria then? Like what was your like let's
yeah,
say the past not the
before,
5 years, like so let's say the
yeah,
past
yeah.
10 years. Like
Okay,
before you
I
got
was working. So my life was just gym, work, school, and I was really into other things. Like I would like do my own projects. Like I would just be into like making cool stuff with my friends, so like building stuff. So that I wish my time would go back to that. I actually missed that because now I keep scrolling on the phone and I know it's not me. I'm like,
And
you
where
know,
in Nigeria are you from?
I used to live in Lagos,
Amazing.
but my dad's Igbo and my mom's Urobo. So she's from the riverside. My dad's from Imo State. Yeah.
So when are you coming to visit us again here, on the continent? Are you coming back soon?
I try to go back every now and then, probably December, but I'm trying to just go everywhere. I want to take the music everywhere. Recently,
Hopefully,
as part of the documentary.
everywhere.
Yeah, as part of the documentary.
Everywhere.
Pardon?
So where else have you been to in Africa?
Well, I've been to Rwanda.
Wow.
I've been, yeah.
How was Rwanda, by the way?
It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Like they're so clean, even cleaner than here.
In Kigali, or where they should go?
Yeah, Kigali. Yeah. My aunt, she used to do rest her soul. She's the one that passed away that made me feel like, yo, you gotta do this shit. She used to do the African Movie Academy Awards.
Wow.
And they used to do, yeah. That's so they used to do it in Kigali, right, a couple years before she died. So I got to visit it for a bit. Malawi as well. They're so they just have such a better quality of life. It's just so peaceful.
So you've not been to South Africa yet?
Not yet. That's on the bucket list. Not yet. I'm missing out.
Hopefully, music can bring you to South Africa.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because right now online, there's some beef between South Africans and Nigerians online.
Oh yeah.
It's mostly fueled by football. I don't know what happened, but the soccer,
I did watch the football thing. I found out you guys.
But we just want to be clear that we're cool. We don't have any beef. We're cool. I don't know where it comes from, because we have a lot of.
They literally they tried to take my piano from you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm a pianist from Pretoria, and they already tried to take us from us already. So yeah.
I love my piano though. I love my piano, and I love my piano.
Will we be hearing you on a piano joint anytime soon?
Yeah, I do have. That's what I'm saying. I have so much music. Like, a part of the documentary is that I've met so many people traveling, and every time I've met them, I made music with them, and they taught me something. And it's like, I have amapiano tracks, funk tracks, R&B, old school tracks. I went to a jam one time, and I was the only person there under 75, probably, but it was so fun. It was so fun. They'd never seen nobody rap on jazz beats before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That I'm sure you met a lot of people who actually play piano,
And so I'm actually learning guitar now. It's kind of forcing myself. I gotta get rid of these, but
They look beautiful, by the way.
You can use a piano, or a pick. You said guitar, right?
I do, but it's still hard even just holding the strings. I know it's the discipline, but I love guitar. I love guitar. One of my friends actually gifted me one not too long ago. So it's just staring at me every morning. We kind of just do this thing.
That's awesome.
You look at it, it looks at you. You look at it, it looks at you.
So I'm curious to know, what's your academic life like? Are you an alumni? Where did you study?
Yeah,
life like?
I went to university. I went to Coventry University. I studied digital technology.
Okay.
I was that's kind of how I was working most of my uni year. I didn't really make friends or nothing. I'm very much of an introvert because I was always at work or at uni.
Yeah.
I didn't have time at all. So the time I did have, I'd just be at home making music. Yeah.
And you mentioned from your aunt, being in the entertainment industry, is there anyone else who we can say was in the industry that you might have, gotten any inspiration from?
I think everybody, the world, everybody, the world is my oyster. I see it the fact that it exists. For me, I've been doing music. I didn't even know you could do shit with this. I'm in my room doing this. When I go out and I see people's reception to it, I'm thinking this is crazy because we all can do this. So everybody, just anybody doing this shit, just inspired me. Like
Yeah.
my nephew in the room right now making beats like from 2 weeks ago. Been making them like in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Doing shit. You guys on the podcast asking me to come on. Come on.
That's nice though. But then, do you remember your first actual song that you made? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so I was in about year 7, 8. I think year 8. And I was just like, I miss my friends because they moved away to Canada, and I was like, let's have fun. It's been
Yeah.
long. And then that was just like, and then my music teacher was kind of surprised like how fast I was able to freestyle with the lyrics and stuff. And I just was like, yeah, I do that at home on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, after that, my head, like the owner of the school actually called me to make a song for them about bullying. And they took me to the studio with
Mhm.
like the choir and stuff. And I got to like, actually like first ever, so young, and I got to like see like how quickly you can actually do shit when you show people what you can do. And I was like, oh, this is
Quite
cool.
lucky. Quite lucky because your first, we can say your first official song was a professional production, you know, with the choir and everything. It's kind of dope.
Yeah, like, and I didn't even think it was possible because like I'd be joking around, but it's like, oh shit, it can't be wrong.
Yeah. You know, most of the time we ask people, do you remember your first song? And it's like they did it in the bedroom and it sucked. You know, it's like first song, but at least you had some good experience in that. But then
Yeah.
just let us know in terms of from that point up until where you are. You know, you've met a lot of people, and who can you
Yeah.
say, you know, might have, that you maybe want to give a shout out to, you know, might have taught you something here and there. You might have got a vibe from them.
I got so many people because, like I said, I'm very new to this. I've just met them not too long ago. There's some guy I met like 2 weeks ago at this place called The Map. I made a song about it.
Wow.
And then he sent me, he was like, yeah, I got to sign. He's so cool. So, I gotta give a shout out to everybody's ever helped me. My sisters, my mom, God, Flo, this guy I met. I had a fight, and then you know I like went on a 2-day bender with him. He asked me to be on a podcast as well to talk about what happened because I he thought it was funny. Sydney,
Yeah.
just the whole team, 255, like everybody. Theo, the videographer Michael,
Mhm.
God, my auntie. Yeah.
And now your sound is, you describe it as R&B, funk, soul. Please let us know how best can you describe
The genre.
the genre that you make.
I was thinking of a name for it the other day when I was uploading it on my new track to SoundCloud. I
Yeah.
want to actually call it something because I think my genre is so unique. It's just like because I just take from everything. Like I just be inspired by everything.
Mhm.
I would say it's most closest to like trap soul
Okay.
funk.
Okay.
If that would make any
Okay.
trap soul funk.
That's new.
'Cause I like
Innovative.
Yeah.
It's very innovative.
I like mixing the old school with the new school, but like with hella auto tune and like young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any artists that you're listening to that maybe are kind of in the same unique category?
Yeah, I would say right now there's one guy in Nigeria that I really like. It's called Odumodu Black. I love him so much. His music really
Okay.
nice. Another person I really like is I like Wizkid. Wizkid's really good.
Yeah.
Wizkid's really good.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head now, I gotta go into my iTunes to see the last
I like
person
your
I
thoughts.
listened
I
to.
like your thoughts because I saw you when you said Wizkid, you kind of dazed off.
Yeah, I was listening to him before this, so it kind of just popped in my mind. But Odumodu Black is on there because I made a song that's like, every time I listen to an artist, I be inspired and I just make something in that style because I kind of when I listen to music, I can deconstruct this. Like I can hear the beat, the melody, the construct melody off of just
Yeah.
one sound, and
Yeah.
it lets me kind of make a sound, but in my own way. So it's like you get the fruit, but you can make whatever you want with it.
So I'm curious to know, so your journey, so your process of writing music, what state of mind do you need to be in? What's your process, when you're writing new music?
I freestyle. Everything on my mixtape is freestyle. I learned how to freestyle a lot because I go to jams. So I was doing it at home, but jams, you go there, I call it like a music jungle. You have people playing on the spot. You got to make the song right then and there. You got to flow with people you don't know, you've never met, and it's got to come out. So even when I get home, it's kind of made me easier. So I go there, get inspired. I come home and I just freestyle the track, and I just go to the next one. Yeah.
Okay. So you freestyle a lot before you actually get on and say the words.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
I freestyle and then I probably go back and kind of see if it makes sense and structure it. But usually it comes out just a go, and it's like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even know afterwards. It's like, yeah.
So I want to know then, so then who has then influenced you? So who did you listen to and what were you listening to back then? Like, because I know you've been influenced a bit by like older genres of music, your soul, your R&Bs, so who then were you listening to back then? Which albums? I know Apple released the top 100 albums. So, who were you listening to? Maybe they featured on there as well.
Yeah. The thing is, it's gonna sound really weird, but I don't listen to artists by artists. I listen to music by music, but I would know the song. It sounds great. I have it on the playlist. That's why I go through the iTunes, but I don't know the artist by the name. But the top ones I know are like Drake.
So you're like a 90s influenced baby. So you like
a lot old school. My dad used to listen to a lot of Yanni, a lot of like orchestra, saxophones. Saxophone's my favorite instrument. So I'm influenced through those kind of sounds. Motown a lot. I like Motown. I'm trying to work on a Motown trap beat.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's exciting. I'm excited to hear about that Motown sound. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
the Motown thing.
In terms of the sound that you're gonna be, the sound that you've got out now, what sound, have you got out now? What should we expect from you? Do you have any, projects that are out there now? Maybe
expect a lot. I expect a lot. I was not taking music seriously, like not until recently. So I had to take everything down as a joke, because every time my friends were just asking me to do stuff, and I would just say, put a different name on it, because I wasn't really on Apple or whatever. So now that I'm like trying to be on it, I'm trying to be in it. I got my mixtape Queen in the South, which is all the lessons I've learned living in South London the past couple of years. It's gonna be with the documentary, shot some music videos. They're so cool. We're doing some events, and also because what I care about most is the impact of the music, and the people that I'm working with are kind of on the same level. So what the music has done for me and the other people in the group is what we want to replicate. So it's going to be more so about the storytelling, encouraging people to just live in their truth and tell their stories in their own way. And, that's what I feel like people should expect, the music and the impact.
What's the name again? You said Queen?
Queen in the South.
The Queen in the South, the mixtape, yeah.
Yes, though.
And do you have any collaborations on there? Any people that you might
There's one I really want with a UK artist called Shabo. I'm gonna email her manager, hopefully. Okay. Try to find it out, because she's also the queen of I didn't even know before. My friend actually told me to check her out, and she has this whole Queen of the South thing, like because she's from here. I'm just in here. I just came in. That's what the queen in. I don't want no beef or nothing.
Some legitimate beef.
Yeah, she's dope. I'm gonna hopefully, fingers crossed, but I collaborate with like a lot of people. Like I meet at jams, and so many dope musicians I've learned that they're also part of the documentary, and the songs are in there. I don't want to speak too much because the visuals, I don't want to speak too much to give a lot away, but like it's some really like dope shit. Dope artists, underground, overground, taking the music to the world and to the place.
or EP?
In the past couple since I started making music, how many have I
No, no, no.
recorded or how many have on
For this
EP?
particular project or EP, how many have you recorded?
This one's got 19 tracks.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
yeah. I would have put more, but there was no space. We don't have enough time to make.
So how many did you have to cut to create
I
that?
had like 70 because it was like the storyline we had to just vibe it through. It was a lot. Like
So
I
how
was trying
much,
to pull a
so how much music do you have in your
lot.
archives?
A lot. I
Okay.
used to make songs like I was making songs every like 3-4 songs a day because it was just like freestyle, and I was doing that for like years, just chilling. So now I got like trying to put them into stories and little things, and share it to the people, the knowledge, and I feel like God really was the one that kind of was like, "Bitch, you gotta do something with this shit I showed you."
Yeah,
That's interesting and
It
very
is.
impressive. Shout out to you, by the way. We gotta commend that. Putting in the work
70s.
and just being consistent about it. And just zoning out.
I hope I
forgetting about-
remain this way. I just started, guys.
Let's go.
Pray for me. Get
Yeah,
the word out.
We'd love to obviously, be a part of your journey as well, and do this often and see if maybe we can also help you collaborate with some local. We've got some real leaders.
I want to take the music to the world.
That's exciting. We're also quite excited. We'll speak to Michael of Rose's management, of course, and we'll see what we do, get some collabos going on.
And
Now, artists. Here's the thing about artists. They create a lot of songs, a lot of songs. Now, I just want to know just your opinion around this. How do you the biggest hits are those ones that are, is that song that the big, that will go big
That
or
you were sleeping
global,
on,
Yeah, how do you kind of define or determine, well, what's that process like to just pick those 19?
yeah, but for me, it was kind of like the way I was making the songs. I could tell which time period I was and what I was going through based on the songs they were. So I just group them like that because each one tells a story. Then I move on to the next stage. Like I've already done, like the Queen of the South project. I finished this a year ago. I've done like a much more than that. I just need to put this is the one that is the introduction of music to me. So that's why I need to go first, more so. And the way I kind of see it is like what the music I feel like people vibe to, and I do have a couple favorites, maybe, but
of course, yeah.
um,
That's nice though. But then do you usually host maybe like listening parties or listening sessions?
yeah, like I have a couple listening parties soon. I met a girl with a boat. I'm trying to see she'll hook that up for me. I do jams a lot. I go around rested.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really be able to do this if I hadn't been like in the community constantly. Like I jam. It's like I work in the mornings and at night there's always a jam. There's always somewhere to go get music. So I'm running from here to there. You gotta make it for the train back to work tomorrow. And
That's exciting. It sounds very exciting.
Sometimes I be
You're
at
living the
work.
life. You're living the life, huh?
That's why I had to turn it into a movie. Like
That's exciting. So when was your last live performance?
it was in this place yesterday. What was it? It was a couple of days ago. The day before yesterday.
Is it Luna Lounge? I saw in your Instagram. Is it Luna Lounge?
Yeah. Luna Lounge. Yeah.
That's exciting. How was that?
Well, it was nice. Like the people were good. It was a different crowd, though. Don't get me wrong, but they felt the music. Megan Stone is a bit, mayonnaise, but they felt it. They felt the vibes.
And what was that like? What goes through your mind, like the moment before you kind of step on stage, or the moment you are on stage? What is it like?
Well,
Are you
I
like
love being
anxious? Do you get anxious? Do you need to like?
No, I'm kind of hungry for it. I'm hungry for it. Straight from the door. Like you guys gonna see in the documentary, it's from the jam. Straight from the door, I got the mic.
Okay, like it's my time now.
Straight from the door, I got the mic. I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't really see it like that. I don't think I'm performing to accolades. I think I'm sharing to the people, so I don't feel that pressure.
Mhm.
And I'm just grateful enough that they feel what I'm feeling, and it's good. So I'm like, praise God.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
You know,
I would love to come perform in South Africa. Or you guys, you ever come to London, I'll take you to a jam. Yeah, I host you guys. Everybody, every time I've ever taken somebody, they always ask me, can I be your manager right after?
we
So
love it.
We'd love to come
Okay.
to London and
Yeah,
yeah, be
yeah.
hosted by you.
The way you
Definitely.
speak about it, you know, that's how you actually
no,
put it.
it does have that feel. It does give me that feeling, and that's what I want to share. Like I'm putting the stuff I'm putting together. Like it makes me happy just feeling it because it's like other people. I've met people on the street and on the road come up to me. I probably had the worst day of my life, or I don't know what I'm doing, and I like this is my first time here. If somebody tell me, "Oh, I saw you at a gym. You know, you inspired me to do this. You did." My cousin messaged me. Like I went to see them in Houston last December, and like she was really shy and stuff. She didn't really um get out there much. She texted me like not too long ago, like because I did music with them. That she's like, oh, her and her friends did a talent show. And they were inspired by me. She wrote this long message. My little cousins as well, and like just different people that don't even know them, and it's just like this is crazy. If it can make somebody want to do something good,
Now,
even if you don't feel good doing it.
and the vibe that I'm getting from you, I'm not sure if you are actually this type of person, but I'm getting a very poetic vibe from you. So I'm not sure if you know you've written poems or
I do. I
yeah.
did start. I grew up watching like slam poetry a lot. It taught me how to write. Like I grew up really listening to literature. I love reading. I love just knowing stuff. I think knowledge is so cool, and just the more you know, the more you can just do.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
that's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
more like you know, when just back in the day. These days, I'm not so sure. But back in the day, the rappers and the MCs, you know, they used to carry around the dictionary. You know, so
Yeah.
with the words. You know, you gotta
Sure, your vocabulary is good.
yeah. You know,
I know
so
Eminem is definitely, studied dictionary,
yeah, yeah.
all up in that.
Yeah, I got Rhyme Zone in my pocket 24/7. I got dictionary open all the time. We sitting down, we writing
Yeah.
rhymes, and I'm like,
Wow.
nah. I
Yeah.
got one-liners every day throughout like every day this past year that I write down like this one-liners that I hear and things that I hear that are cool that people say. It doesn't have to even be my conversation, just things that I learned for
Yeah.
that day, and I'm yo. So
I'm curious to know, like, what drives a person like you? What's your morning routine like? Like, what's your weekday like, and what's your weekend like? Let's start with your weekday. Like, when you wake up in the morning, how do you, get yourself going?
okay. Well, wake up in the morning, first thing pray, and then I'm up very early though, probably around like 3 in the morning, and then I try to pray and meditate just because my brain does have a lot of ADHD, so it's the only way I can slow down a little. Try not to use my phone or nothing. And then I have like, you guys want like full details?
Nah, you can
I
hash them out.
run.
You can hash
I
them
try
out.
to go. I try to go for a run or walk because I live up the hill, so I can just go up and down like 15 minutes before I start work. And then I have a studio space just right beside my work, and because I work from the phone, so I'm able to compartmentalize. And I work online, and after 5, that's when I get dressed and I go out and perform,
Yeah.
and I have a blast, and do the whole rock star life thing. I
Yeah.
get on the bus and I come home and I eat whatever sandwich is left, and then I wake
And
up,
what's life like in
and then
London,
I
by the way?
Yeah, like how did you adjust from
ah, it's cold. It's I feel like if you got the right people, you get it, and I don't. But when you find the right people, you just find people that make you smile, even if, regardless, you come in to do something positive outside of that to build something. Like I've seen niggas like I knew from a year ago that started something outside of a parking lot now run events at like buildings, and I like saw the process through it, and then I'm like, okay, this is so cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's
It's,
hard, but I've seen people push through the hard to do something out of it.
it's a jungle out there. The jungle. Like
I
just
did
like
a song about it. I make a song about
really.
everything.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
now, where can people get a listen of your music so far? Like on which platforms are you on as we speak?
Okay. Okay, so as we speak, numero zero, but it's coming out. It's coming out this June. I got my first single coming out, Vigilante, coming out this June. Or is it My Love? Let me just make sure it's the right. Okay, guys, it's called My Love, coming
Okay.
out this June off my mixtape. It's the third single off my mixtape, Queen in the South, and it's like, you guys want a sneak peek? I'm not showing you. I think you might like it. You guys
Yeah,
want to sneak peek?
Go ahead.
let's get into it.
Hey, go ahead.
We
Go
have
ahead.
a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
All right, all right. I would love to play it on my big speakers for you, so it sounds really good. Really fun. I hope the audio is coming in quite well. But this song,
Try.
all right, close up. Man hater music. It's like, yo, make some like, why you always like this? And I'm like, you don't understand me.
You make London sound so fun. How is London, by the way? Like, is it?
It is if you smile. If I feel like a lot of people say that, oh, London's really grim and
And you look good. You look
I've
good as
seen
well.
that part, but
Your hair is good. Your nails
thank
good as
you.
well. London's taking care of you. You taking care of
I
London.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't even got no makeup on, and thank you.
Yeah,
So
no area. Okay, that's good. That's good. We have to find ourselves in London because
you
London.
got to,
we
you
go
got
for
to. It's not that bad. I wouldn't stay longer. I wouldn't stay
Ah,
too long though, but it's not that bad.
so
Yeah.
where are you going next? Because you seem like a traveled person. You seem well traveled. So where's your next
I
destination?
am.
Where's
I'm
your next
going.
destination?
I'm gonna go to Fête de la. I want to go to France next. I plan to go to Fête de la Musique and go and stage Jigger on the jamming stages. So you guys pin down, just jamming, doing 15 minutes.
So
Follow
your
the map,
life's quite
guys.
an
Follow.
adventure. Your life's quite an adventure, huh?
I gotta make it that way. I feel like if you don't, there's no magic in it.
Okay, so that's how I describe your life. How would you describe your life, like with one word?
I would describe my life grateful.
Okay, it works. It
Like
works. Always works.
I would say just grateful. Like everything I say is a bonus round. I went through a really hard part the first time, and I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen like it's just I had this analogy of life when I developed as a kid. It's like a house. You got a lighthouse and a dark house. No
Okay.
matter where you sit, dark room and a light room. No matter where you sit, the light's gonna still be off or on in the other room. You can sit in each one. You need some to sleep. You need some to, So I know what it's like to sit there. So I like to sit in the other room now more so. And it's
Rather,
not that bad.
yeah.
It's beautiful perspective. It's beautiful perspective.
Yeah. But I would love to show you guys this little song. What's coming? It's called My Love. I hope it can play properly off here.
You should
Did you have a look at
send us
the
a sneak peek as well, so we can actually also play it on this podcast as well. Towards the end, so people can actually be like,
please do.
yeah,
Should I send it to you? Do you have it?
you'll send it to us. You'll send it to us by the end of this podcast, of course.
But
Yeah, I'll send it to
But
you.
you can play it though.
All right.
You can give us a sneak peek.
Yeah,
So we can
I'm
do.
gonna play it now on my big speaker. I'm just trying to find it. I got so much music, I'm trying to file them and put them all in a different folder, but
So you said your sister's also in London. So all your family, you got quite a bit of family that side now.
yeah, quite a little bit.
That's exciting. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't do music though. And my sisters, I try to force them to come to my shows. Only one of them comes, but they listen to my stuff. Like sometimes when I'm feeling sad, I would just see a video she sent me. She's doing her makeup and she's listening to my music, lip syncing.